Yo, what's up guys, AFC Adinho here, and today we're jumping into my first ever Pokémon Legends ZA PvP tournament. The event was hosted by That's a Plus One. He's a fellow Pokémon PvP content creator, mainly plays Pokémon VGC. But yeah, the format was 6v6 singles, which is a bit different from the ranked format that we usually play on Pokémon Legends ZA. It was a Swiss style tournament as well, so everyone played 4 rounds in this one, and the top 4 players with the most points advanced to the semifinals. I didn't really build a team specifically for this event, I just used what I already had, so this was more of a learning experience for me. But before we go into the battles, let's take a quick look at the team that I brought. Okay, so this was basically the team that I brought. I actually did get an Umbreon quickly for the event because I figured that double screens, because I was looking at the Pokemon that could learn double screens, could be really good if you put it in front of a setup sweeper. So I had Reflect, Light Screen. I went for Moonlight Toxic because the idea I had was hoping that my opponent wouldn't lead with a Steel or Poison type. And then with this setup, Umbreon is really tanky, and a lot of the leads, are typically not fighting types. So I figured I can lead with Umbreon and force that first switch. So basically how it works is you play 6v6, you get 3 switches, and if one of your Pokemon die, your whole team gets healed, and then you get 3 switches again. So if you keep constantly knocking out your opponent, but you used all your switches, you won't be able to switch. So that puts you in a disadvantage, which makes it fair, because otherwise, otherwise you can keep sweeping your opponent. But that's why I went with this setup. So my Umbreon had no attacks. I used Toxic. So we go for double screens. We Toxic our opponent, and then with the extra tankiness we get from screens and the healing, we usually force our opponent to switch out. Was my idea. And the moment they switch, we can switch after them, because if they switch again, we can switch to a counter and basically always get the good matchup. It's really nice if you get the switch advantage against your opponent. And that's basically the strategy I went for. And then with the double screens, I should also show my builds right here. I went with max HP, max defense. I was debating whether to go special defense. And then I have this Garchomp behind it, because with screens, having a setup sweeper next to it is really nice. And Garchomp with Sword Stance just hits really hard. I went with double Dragon Stab and Earthquake. And yeah, if this guy megas up with a Sword Stance up, he becomes really dangerous. Dragon Rush is pretty impossible to dodge unless you switch or have a move that makes you untargetable. And then Dragon Claw is also quite a difficult move to miss unless your opponent keeps running away. Earthquake, I figured if your opponent keeps running away, it's pretty difficult to hit. But it's really nice to hit steel types that resist Dragon, and also a bunch of fairy types. So I went with this moveset. Then I had Ampharos with Magnet. I do have the Mega Stone for this guy, but I figured you're not gonna be able to Mega evolve your whole team the whole time. And I figured with Magnet, and if you use Charge, Thunderbolt just does a lot of damage. I had Cotton Guard. I wasn't sure what to run in it, because all I thought was having this electric type so I can hit stuff like Gyarados, stuff like Skarmory, and just hit them with super effective Thunderbolt, and then I Dragon Pulse. But yeah, with Cotton Guard, because Charge also boosts your special defense, if I am correct. Let me check. How do I check this? Yeah, so it raises your special defense. So I figured if I use Cotton Guard, it raises my defense, so it becomes extra bulky. And then Charge also boosts your electric type moves with Thunderbolt. And then yeah, because Dragon resists electric, I had Dragon Pulse on it in case I needed to be able to hit, because this set does really well for me in ranked matches where it's basically a battle royale, sniping targets from afar. But I decided to just go with this setup. And then we have Gyarados here. It's a basically a really bulky Gyarados with max HP. I can show it like this. Max HP, max attack, and for the moveset we went with Bounce Waterfall, which is stab when I'm not Mega Evolved. And I have a Mega Stone, the Gyarados Eye, which makes Crunch, stab. Being able to hit Metagross is pretty nice for me, because Metagross a lot of times runs Ice Punch as well, which could be dangerous for Garchomp. They could run Thunder Punch too, but they typically don't run both. Sometimes they do that. But most of the times, at least in my rank matches, I didn't really see them running both. Meaning that I can hit Gyarados, especially Mega Gyarados. Mega Metagross can be dangerous, so if I can Mega Evolve my Gyarados, I could have a decent matchup against it. And I have Thunder Wave. I actually really like the move because Gyarados doesn't get something like Dragon Dance in this game. So just being able to status your opponent can kind of give you an advantage, which is pretty nice. Even though Bounce can paralyze your opponent too. But just having that Thunder Wave, because Thunder Wave is pretty easy to hit on your opponent too. Then I have my Metagross. I actually do run Thunder Punch, Ice Punch, Earthquake, Bullet Punch, just in a 1v1 situation. If this guy Mega evolves up with this moveset, he's able to one-shot a lot of guys, like the Garchomps, the Gyaradoses, the Salamence with just Thunder Punch and Ice Punch, and I have Bullet Punch just to get on my target, because it's also a gap closer, and Earthquake is just nice to hit whatever is in front of you, especially in ranked. Maybe Earthquake is not that great in singles. In ranked, it's really nice because you can get multiple kills. But I was using this Metagross in my ranked matches, and I wasn't sure what to run on it. But yeah, I figured Earthquake is so difficult to hit though in singles, because you can easily just run away, and because when you click Earthquake, there's a bit of a casting time, and if someone runs away, they can easily walk out of it. Unless someone commits on you, then clicking Earthquake is pretty nice. I'm actually not sure if I picked up any kills with Earthquake. But lastly, I do have Clefable. Just to be able to fight off those fighting types, because I have that Umbreon. A lot of fighting types like to run Ice Punch, Pokemon like Lucario. You have Emboar with Wild Charge, Head Smash as well for my Gyarados, because Gyarados with Bounce can deal with fighting types. But I figured having Clefable there makes it a bit better for me, because it's like it's a pretty solid fighting resist, unless they have Poison Jab or like Iron Head or something. But yeah, I have 4 attacks on it, just pure coverage. I was using this Clefable as well in some of my ranked matches. Maybe Moonblast might be a bit better in singles. I was running Dazzling Gleam, because Moonblast feels so slow in ranked, so that's why I was using Dazzling Gleam. It's multiple targets too, and then having that coverage, Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, Flamethrower just hits a lot of stuff. But yeah, I'm not sure if this is like the optimal moveset for singles, because Clefable also gets access to stuff like Calm Mind, Thunder Wave 2, I believe, so it can be a really annoying mod to deal with too. But yeah, I went with this setup. I have the Clefable Mega Stone on this as well. And that's basically, yeah, my team. So I tried to lead up with my matches with Umbreon, and basically pray that my opponent doesn't have a Steel or Poison lead. I was considering putting Snarl there instead of Light Screen, because Snarl also reduces the special attack of your opponent, so you can still get the reflect value, and with Snarl, you can reduce their special damage. So if they are not a Poison or Steel type, you can still force them to switch out. But even if they are a Poison or Steel type, with Snarl, you can still damage them. Which is pretty nice, because if they are a Poison or Steel type, you are forced to switch yourself, and then your opponent is able to counter you, which could be tough. But yeah, I was definitely not used to single battles. I figured it would mostly be setting up screens and then going into one of your sweepers, setting up a Swords Dance, and trying to get that first kill. But yeah, a long team analysis. But yeah, let's just go over my battles, guys. I'm not gonna spoil the battles, because even if you lose the first round, you still play all 4 rounds. And you basically see who has the most points after those 4 rounds, and the 4 players with the most rounds advance further. So it's a really fun experience, and yeah, I definitely like to join one again. I do believe he hosts multiple tournaments, also some battle royale styles like the ranked ones. So definitely check him out, guys. And without further ado, guys, let's go into our first match. Okay, so I played my third round against Frisk. It was actually an open team sheet, so before you go into the battle, you can actually see what your opponent has, so you can kind of make a game plan and don't have to run into like awkward protects and stuff. You basically get to see what your opponent does and formulate a game plan. That's how they wanted to do it. To kind of reduce a bit of the randomness. But yeah, we always had to lead with our Pokemon that we had in our team sheet, which is Umbreon for me. So we were also not allowed to change our lead. And I was basically hoping that no one would lead with something that's immune to Toxic. But yeah, looking at my opponent team, I wasn't too uncomfortable with it, because against everything I had to counter, but Mega Lopunny could have been a bit annoying for me, but I was kind of banking on Clefable to deal with that. And yeah, let's just go into it, what the thought process was. So basically, like I said in the intro, guys, my opponent leads up with Meganium, which is perfect. I can Toxic this, and I Toxic it immediately. He used Leech Sheet, but I think it's fine. Toxic damage will rack up, and I started setting up my screens, and then basically heal myself, and waiting for my opponent to switch. Walking away, picking things up, and he did finally switch. I see how Lucha, so I went into my Fairy type, and he showed Brick Break, which kind of sucked, but he switches out again on my Dazzling Gleam, and now I see Dragalge. I figured I have Earthquake on Metagross. I'm gonna go into it because I resist both stab, and at this point, I'm just gonna do as much damage to it. Ice Punch it, picking things up when my stuff is on cooldown, and Mega Evolve because I want to get that first kill. My opponent didn't pick up that heal, which is nice. I'm slowly walking to it, and we get that first kill, pick up the heal. Now I have a Mega Metagross with full HP, and I still have a switch available to me. I see another heal there, and I figure I just pick it up. And he evolves his Skarmory. I'm just gonna Thunder Punch him. I know he has the ground move, but since it's not stab for him, it should not knock me out, which it doesn't. And I do closely pick up this kill with Thunder Punch, Ice Punch into Bullet Punch. And now my Metagross is on 1 HP. I do have that switch. I switch it out now. Trying to pick up that thing. Doesn't work. But my opponent goes into the Ice type, which is great. And I get a Dragon Rush plus Dragon Claw. And it's going to be a double KO. We do go down, but I'm 3-1 ahead. Just that Dragon Rush into Dragon Claw is a really fast combo. And I decided to lead up with Umbreon, but now he is in with Skarmory again, which sucks. He Mega Evolves it. And I figured I might as well get on my Reflect, because he doesn't have any super effect damage to me. So I'm gonna set up my screens. And I decided to Moonlight first, which was a misplay. I should have switched immediately. I figured I could heal, but I would never go back into Umbreon. I should have just swapped out. And now it's 3-2, so it's a bit closer. Luckily, there's no healing, but he picks up the blue buff, which basically gives him extra defenses. Hits me with Drill Run, but my Ampharos is able to knock it out. I'm gonna swap out immediately into Metagross, because overall it has a pretty decent matchup against this team. And I am still able to Mega Evolve. And we Mega Evolve at the same time, but I felt like this matchup is not too bad for me, even though he's a Ghost type. He's also an Ice type. I do win it, because Bullet Punch is a really nice priority move. And I do pick up the heal again, and now it's looking really good for me. 5-2 ahead. He goes back into Skarmory, hits me with Drill Run. Mega Evolves. And now we're just chilling, because there's like 2 seconds on the timer. We're not getting the kill. And yeah, we win the first battle. It's a best out of 3 in every round. So we won this one. If we win the next one, we get the full points for this battle. Or for this round, rather. So I will pause the video, and we're gonna go into the next round. Okay, this is actually the next battle of round 1. So if we win this one, we finish this round as the winner. yeah, we cannot change our lead, so we lead Umbreon into Meganium again, which is good for us. And yeah, we just hit it with Reflect. Hitting it with Toxic first is better. I was messing but it as well. And my opponent switches into Skarmory now, but I have screens up, so I decided to go into my Metagross. I should have maybe gone into Ampharos, but I think it's fine. With screens up, we are able to eat those attacks. I hit him with Ice Punch. Hit him with everything that's on cooldown, and then I knock him out with Thunder Punch. He doesn't swap out. Usually you see them swap out. I pick up the heal here, which is really convenient for it to be there. And then, yeah, we are still able to Mega Evolve. We still have 2 switches, so it looks pretty good for us. And I'm just trying to deny this Mega thing. And he goes into Halucha, which I have Thunder Punch for. So I'm Mega Evolving, and if I hit him with Thunder Punch, it should be really nice. But he Mega Evolves himself. Hits me with Fire Punch, burns me, which means my Bullet Punch doesn't knock him out. But we do knock him out there. It's really unfortunate that he burned me down, because this kind of forces me to swap. I decided to go into my Gyarados because I still have an extra swap. So if I can force his Ampharos, I can go into my Garchomp maybe. I do pick up the blue buff too. He actually goes into Skarmory, so I figured hitting him with Thunder Wave first, just being annoying. He Mega Evolves, I Mega Evolve as well. And yeah, we're just gonna keep hitting each other. I am going into Ampharos now though, because I don't have a Mega Stone on Ampharos, so it doesn't really matter. I do try to hit him with Thunderbolt, and we go for the kill there. Now my Ampharos is really low, but I still have my Gyarados, which I could swap back to one more time. And yeah, no healing buff for me, unfortunately, so I just do it with whatever. And gonna try to stand out of the way. He hits me with Thunderbolt, but I'm an electric type. And I'm trying to walk out of the Ice Beam, and it works, and I knock him out, which is really nice. And there's actually the healing buff, which is great, because now I heal Ampharos. And I still have that switch in for my Gyarados. He goes into Raichu, and I figured this isn't too bad for me. I'm just going to set up on it, use Scotland Guard, use Charge. And he goes into Meganium now. My Thunderbolt does so much damage. He evolves to a fairy type there. I just try to hit him for as much as possible. He almost knocks me out with Earthquake. I hit him with Thunderbolt, and I should have really swapped to my Gyarados. But it is what it is, guys. I am still 4-1 ahead, so we are looking good. And now I can just go Metagross. The game is pretty much over. Mega Evolve to stall the time. And yeah, we win the first round. Pretty fun, pretty fun. Maybe we want to use more Protects though in those single battles on certain Pokemon, but with Open Team Sheet your opponent can see whether you have Protect. But it's pretty easy to use Protect though against certain moves. I guess stuff like Dragon Rush is a bit more difficult because there's a bit of a delay, so you have to time it correctly. But yeah, we basically won the first round, which was pretty cool. Get 3 points for it. And yeah, let's go on to the second round, guys. Okay, guys, we have the second round here. We're playing against Scarlet. And yeah, looking at that team, Slowbro, Salamence, Florges, Scizor, Phalanx, and Metagross. Phalanx did have Poison Jab, which kind of sucked for my Clefable. But on the other hand, my Gyarados looked really good against it with Bounce. But yeah, again, he had a Slowbro lead, which is pretty comfortable for my Umbreon, so it's gonna force him to make a certain switch. And his Metagross also didn't have Thunder Punch, which is pretty nice for my Gyarados if I Mega Evolve it especially. Yeah, I went for Light Screen, he went for Calm Mind. And yeah, he can definitely not sweep me with this Slowbro, so I get up the Toxic, set up my last sets of screens, he goes for Flamethrower, and I can easily heal against this. I am running away a bit, just to let the poison take. And now I swapped into my Metagross, but I should have gone into my Gyarados, which is a bit of a misplay. And this is what I meant with Earthquake. He just walks away out of it. And I kind of start to feel that this is not a great matchup for me. So I should have really gone into Gyarados, but I do hit him with a bunch of stuff and paralyze him. Now he goes into his own Metagross, and again, I could have gone into my Gyarados, but I didn't really make use of that open team sheet. But I did see that he didn't have Thunderbolt, so that's why I went into this. Now he Mega Evolves. And yeah, I am kind of forced to swap out. I go into my Gyarados now, run out of switches. I have my Mega Evolution, which I am going to use to dodge his attack. And then my Crunch becomes super effective. He has no switches anymore. So I'm trying to pick up that kill. But he actually still had a switch. Never mind. Since I'm Mega, I'm actually going to lose this. Because I'm a Dark type and he becomes a Fighting type. Now he can pick up the shit. And this is not looking good for me. I should have definitely made more use out of the open team sheet. But like I said, I wasn't too familiar with this. But yeah, now I go into my Clefable. He cannot switch out. This is actually where I find out that he had Poison Jab. But yeah, with the paralysis, it's difficult for him to walk away. And I just kill him with my Clefable, which is really nice. And I still have this option to Mega Evolve this. Unfortunately, there's no healing buff here. So I just pick up whatever. And he shows Scizor. I do have Flamethrower on my guy, but he can also kill me. So I decided to go Gyarados, which should be really nice against Scizor. I Thunder Wave him too. And I'm just going to force him to switch. He does get the defense boost, which kind of sucks. He's SD's up on me. But with the paralysis, I hope that I can basically force him out. Now Salamence comes in. I decided to Thunder Wave this first before I swap into my Metagross, because I have Ice Punch, and that works out really well. He's confused here as well. I hit him with Ice Punch, immediately knock him out there. Not sure if that was a crit, but now I'm 2-1 ahead with 18 seconds to go, and I still had a switch left. So what I should have done here, I just thought my guy is full HP, but he has the red buff, which does extra damage. I should have gone into Umbreon here, but I Mega Evolved here, trying to dodge his attack. Then we have 4 seconds on the timer, and he had Flamethrower. Knocks me out 2 seconds before I could win the game. If I just went into Umbreon, I'm pretty sure I would have won that game. Now, so this basically became a tie. But if I just decided to play this game like a pussy, guys, go into Umbreon, set up a light screen, he could not kill me. He could not kill me in those last seconds. So it basically becomes a draw, so we have to play another match. And yeah, I felt really bad because I felt like I could have easily won it if I just played like a pussy. Go into Umbreon, set up my screens, run away from the guy, because I was ahead. But yeah, that's just a learning moment for me. That's how you can win as well. But I just like to click on my opponent, you know. But yeah, let's go on to the next match of round 2. So we have the next match going. Again, the lead is pretty good for me. Umbreon will definitely force out Slowbro. But I really played my counters incorrectly in the beginning. He switch outs immediately, and here I made a bit of a mistake. I went into Clefable knowing that he has Poison Jab. If I went Gyarados, could have done it way better. But yeah, I tried to hit him. I misclicked my Thunderbolt as well. I could have clicked Flamethrower. Wouldn't probably have knocked him out there. But I should have gone into my Gyarados immediately against the guy, since he runs a double fighting into an unstabbed Poison Jab. Yeah, I figured I'm gonna bounce. He's gonna switch out immediately into Florges. And I figured since I didn't Mega Evolve yet, I can still hit this. So I'm gonna Thunder Wave it, Waterfall, just do as much damage, force him to switch. I definitely don't want to Mega into this. He uses Wish, which kind of sucks because I'm not really able to knock it out with Wish, Draining Kiss. But he decides to swap here, goes into his Metagross. And I try to Thunder Wave him again. And he hits me and he picks up the red buff, which sucks because he has Ice Punch on this. So that would knock me out immediately. I tried to SD and Earthquake knock it out, but Ice Punch is just way faster than Earthquake. And this is where I kind of get smacked, because he has the red buff, he has the Mega, and I cannot deal with this. And I dealt with this the wrong way. Because if I just looked at the team sheet, I could have Mega my Gyarados and beat this 1v1 easily. That's what I figured after he beat me. Because now I'm just gonna keep getting demolished by this. Like, I should have Mega'd immediately, because I'll become immune to Zen Headbutt. I resist Ice Punch, right? I resist Bullet Punch. I resist Iron Head. I resist everything when I become Mega. But now I try to Mega my own Metagross, which will not really do too well. But he's paralyzed, so I figured I'm just gonna try. I swap out there, and then I go into Gyarados, trying to keep my guy for later. Crunch him, because everything was on cooldown. I wasn't really thinking that much, but there I see your red buff. Hoping that maybe with this red buff I can get back into this game. But yeah, we only have 30 seconds on the thing. He goes into Slowbro, but he just keeps running. He basically does what I should have done against him. He runs away against me. Because he also has switches. He could have just avoided fighting me and risking getting killed. Now he goes into Florges. Basically what I should have done the last round. Go into Umbreon, go into my healing tank. Yeah, and I'm basically not able to kill this thing because he's gonna keep being able to switch out. And yeah, I tried to hit him and it doesn't really matter. He even knocks me out there. Because if I Mega Evolve, I'm gonna lose even more time. He basically played like I should have done. Played like a pussy in the last part. Because there's no reason to risk. Especially because I had a red buff. So I could have maybe killed him a few times if he actually tried fighting me. So that was definitely an eye-opener. Now we go into basically potentially the last game. Because if I lose this game, I'm gonna lose this round. But yeah, even if I lose this round, I didn't know at the time. I didn't even know what Swiss was. But yeah, we're going into match 3 of round 2. Because here, I actually started to really look at team preview, or rather team sheet, and I figured, okay, I can use Gyarados for Mega Metagross so that he cannot do that shit again. Really reminding, basically how you play this is, you already look at which of your Pokemon counter your opposing Pokemon, and I didn't really do that well in this round, but now I basically had that in mind, and yeah, I still have the good lead matchup. I tried to go for Toxic. He switches into Phalanx, still takes the Toxic. I tried to go for Reflect here, and then swap. And now I do go into Gyarados against this thing. He's poisoned. He will switch out against me. I go for Bounce. He goes into Salamence. And like I said, I had that switch advantage. So I go into Metagross here and force him to go out. I still have my screens, and this is basically his last mod. I basically run away to my Gyarados. He goes for the SD, but I still have my screens up. So I'm trying to hit him with Thunder Wave first. And then I'm gonna try to beat him 1v1 like this. But since he cannot switch, we should be doing pretty well. I try to hit him with whatever, and we do knock him out. I believe we don't have any switches left. No healings, which kind of sucks. So he's basically free to pick up this kill. I'm basically hoping to be able to hit him with Thunder Wave at least. But since I saw Phalanx, I just went for Bounce. Because I just wanted to force a switch, but I forced the Mega here. And I tried to hit him with Thunder Wave before I die. Unfortunately, he doesn't go off. At least I did force him to switch. And I also denied the red buff. So I do have the advantage here a bit, even though he's still Mega. So I'm going to go into Gyarados. And try to hit him with Bounce. If I hit this, he's going to take a shit ton. And yeah, just try to get as much damage up as possible. I'm fighting a Mega, so that it's kind of rough. Go into my Clefable, hit him with Dazzling Gleam. He walks out of it, which kind of sucks. And I tried to dodge his Poison Jab with my Mega. And now that his Poison Jab is on cooldown and he's paralyzed, he's kind of forced to switch out. Fortunately, he avoids the Flamethrower with Metagross. And I will be kind of forced to switch out. But I kind of wanted to hit him with Mega Flamethrower first. But it did cost me getting killed there, which kind of sucked. And he's able to pick up some buffs. I go into Gyarados. I should have my it should be close to my Mega, so I try to attack him and get this Mega off. Go for a bounce as a gap closer as he swaps out, and now 30 seconds remaining. I tried to hit him with Thunder Wave first, but he flies and drops onto me, doing so much damage. Try to go into Metagross, because I need this skill before the game ends, but he should not be able to switch. I Mega Evolve, dodge his Earthquake, and try to hit him with Ice Punch. We do get this hit off, and we basically force this game to a draw, pick up the healing, and he should not be able to kill me, so at least we didn't lose this game. But now, here's where it kind of became annoying. It kind of became annoying because I wasn't sure if I lost this round. Because it should be best out of 3, and I wasn't sure if best out of 3 also means that because my opponent won 1 game and we drew 2, so he won most out of the 3 games. So I thought maybe I lost this game, so I wasn't sure. So I asked on stream, but we were supposed to play. We were supposed to play, so after a bit of time I figured out, okay, we actually had to keep playing till there were no draws. But the website kept counting, so, and there's like a 20-minute timer on a battle, so when we were still battling, I automatically lost. So whatever I did in our match after this didn't count, and I just lost the game, even though my opponent didn't win 2 out of best out of 3, or best out of, or 2 out of the 2 out of the matches in the round, or whatever. I don't even know how to call it. But yeah, I basically lost on Devo. We still played the match, but during the match, when the match was over, I saw that I already lost. So whatever I did didn't matter, as we were just supposed to play the game immediately. But it's so really easy to get draws this game. So yeah, they were definitely looking at how to change the rules around draws. But yeah, I'm gonna show you guys this match now. So we're gonna skip ahead, lead up with Umbreon. And now I completely knew. Here I tried to get up a Reflect against this guy, and I wanted to hit him with Toxic. Got a bit greedy. He Brick Breaks. Goes into Scizor, and I figured, okay, he switched out. Maybe I can still get this Reflect up, but he SD'd, right? So I tried to get up the Reflect, and he knocks me out with X Scizor, which sets me back. Because I actually need to win this. So I go into Garchomp, try to pick up this buff before him, and I'm gonna SD, and basically try to get the skill with a +2 Garchomp. But yeah, my opponent still has some switches left, and like I said, Earthquake is so difficult to hit when they just run away. I do hit him with Dragon Rush, and then he walks out of my Dragon Claw, which kind of sucks. He does go into Phalanx though, and I try to hit this Phalanx as well, hit him with Dragon Claw. He Mega Evolves, dodge it, and then I go straight into my Gyarados, because now I know Gyarados can beat this, and he already switched 2 times, so I can knock this out with Bounce, which is pretty nice. And I see a red buff there. I still should have a switch. Have this Gyarados in. I can still Mega, depending on what my opponent does. I see this. I Mega Evolve on the Zen Headbutt, so I become immune. And I try to hit this with Crunch, and he doesn't swap, so I get the skill. Now we are ahead. I'm gonna pick up this red buff. And my Gyarados is looking like a monster right now. He can go into his Phalanx though, because I am a Dark type now. I try to bounce, but he hits me with close combat. I could have maybe still swapped, but I figured I was red buff if I hit him with bounce. But close combat just goes off that fast. Now I go into my regular Gyarados. He did drop his defense. He swaps out here right on my bounce, but I do connect it, get some damage off. He picks up a defense buff. I try to hit him with Thunder Wave. I cannot Mega yet. I try to get as much damage off as possible before I swap. And now I try to charge up, because he just used all his cooldowns, and now I want to hit him with Thunderbolt. He almost goes down, and I switch immediately to something that can take a hit from this guy. We have 25 seconds. He's paralyzed still. I hit him with Dragon Rush because it's really difficult to dodge. And now I have 19 seconds on the timer before the match ends. And now I basically have to think in mind what I should have done in the first round. Because if in the first game, I just keep running away. And I'm hovering on my Umbreon. I go Umbreon on the last 5 seconds. Just set up my Reflect. He cannot kill me. And if I did this, I would have won this round in the first game. So I won this game, and normally we were supposed to play another match. But because we waited a long time for this match to start, the timer ran out on me, and I automatically lost the game. So I basically lost this game on default. Even though I won this game, we both had a win. We both had a win, which is really annoying. It's really annoying. Because of this game, guys, I basically was not allowed. Wait, what the heck? I guess I was watching the stream at the time, but yeah. Because of this, I was forced to play in round 3. I did lose in round 3. I won in round 4. It's a bit much to show it all in this video, I think. So I'm gonna leave it like this, guys. But I lost in round 3 all games because I let Umbreon against the Metagross, so I was forced to switch every time, which just made it so difficult. And let me actually mute this sound. I was forced to switch. It was a really difficult matchup. He also had a Mega Heracross with Rock Blast, which hits my Gyarados. And he was using screens with Swords and Heracross, which becomes really bulky behind screens. It's difficult for me to actually get past it. And I basically missed out on a few kills. So he was walking away with 2 HP. It was really tough. Last game I did won convincingly, because I think that player was pretty new. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of content. It's a bit much. I'm not sure how to do this kind of content, but I felt like it was pretty fun to showcase as well. a bit chaotic, but I hope you guys regardless still enjoyed it. If you want to see more Pokémon Legends ZA content, PvP content, because I do like some ranked matches too, then definitely subscribe to the channel, guys. Yeah, leave a comment down below if you have any questions. And yeah, that's gonna be it. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace out. Have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you next time.